All right, all right. It's the episode 87 of the Psy Tai Podcast, the psychedelic, terrific podcast where you are right now. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight, special, whatever time is coming at you. Man, enjoy this energy, take part in this atmosphere. Now we can start that conversation. Just ties where you can bind your mind with your heart, see what your gut is saying, and then you let whatever come out. Once all them circles is like get kicked into gear. Let them do what they do. Thank you, guys. We're going to have a nice talk today. I was watching an awesome movie last night called Project Power. And the link to the Discord, it will be open in the description. Wait, let me get that link to the Discord so y'all can jump in, as I say every time, and tie on with me. Right, you gotta talk. We want to say what's up to the world. You want to do whatever we do, because on the Psy Tai Podcast, we connected all over space. We in interdimensional space. We in different parts of America, different parts of the Netherlands. We worldwide. Let me share this live with it. Oh, wait. And everyone. But yeah. What is today? Saturday? I just woke up Saturday with some energy. I skipped out on my yoga routine. I'm going to do that later today. But I want to make sure I got live and just tied with anybody in the meetup. I see they having fun over there in the True Chat. But yeah, and I was watching this movie Project what is it? Project Power. With Jamie Foxx. Here it is right here. It was a dope movie. I think it just came out. Was the date yesterday? Yeah, that thing just came out yesterday. I wanted to watch it when it first came out. So I'm not going to give all the spoilers, but it was a movie about people with superpowers, and they got their powers by taking a pill. And when they took the pill, they had powers for like 5 minutes. And they had all the characters in it and stuff like that. And they was able to run fast. See this guy right here in the trailer? He was able to catch on fire and stuff like that. So, I didn't mean to click it. But yeah, it was starring Jamie Foxx, and it just has to deal, and they was the villain in there, who they was calling the main villain, because it's kind of wishy-washy who the main villain is to the very end. But they was talking about unlocking DNA and unlocking the potential that's inside your DNA. So that was really terrific, because me and Piano Key were just talking about that yesterday in Exile. We was talking about the so-called junk DNA that's inside your body and it not being activated, and what's actually going on with our DNA when it comes to reality that's created around us. Is the DNA the underlying coding? Well, we say it's the underlying coding to reality. You change the DNA, you change the reality around you and that you're experiencing and all of this other stuff. So this pill they actually got from Jamie Foxx's daughter. I'm just keep calling Jamie Foxx, and she has superpowers. She was able to do this without anything. Let me get off of here. She was able to do it without anything. And that's how they was able to get the powers. Get the pills to make the powder, get the schematics. Let me light up real quick. But it was an awesome movie. It was unexpected because it was like a cop movie. It had stuff to do with stuff that was psychedelic and gene manipulation and stuff. And it was a monster movie. It was a monster movie because they've allowed them to grow like 8 feet and stuff. Like, they took it there. But Jamie Foxx was an awesome actor in it. I didn't see him in a movie in a very long time. So to see him here, it was exciting. I think I heard something in. Hey, Exile.
What's up, man?
Yo. How's the day so far?
It's a beautiful day.
And over here too. It's already hot. Sun is out. I don't see no clouds as I look out the window. That's a good and bad thing. It's gonna be hot. But it's all right.
I just made up some substrate fermenting.
Oh, what is made from?
manure, lawn clippings, personal effects, and straw.
And straw? You ever go with that recipe before?
And gypsum too.
Gypsum?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, cool. What's the the benefits of it, or you just know it works? Like the science behind it.
Well, the manure is where you get most of the nutrients from. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you can grow it in many other things, it's probably not going to have as high nutrient content. I don't know the exact nutrients that it grabs from it, but I know that when you grow with manure, it's got a lot like more robustness.
I remember I had got some when I made my substrate, I had found some I keep saying cows in my head. Horse manure. I found a place that sold horse manure, I think, and I was using that. I'm not sure if those bins, all of them turned out right. Some of them got molded. I had to pasteurize it. I don't think I did that correctly all the way.
Yeah, some people pasteurize, some people don't.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to get started again, allegedly.
Beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. The pieces coming together. Can't tell Todd too much on that, but I'll hit you up. But yeah, growing your own medicine, that's where it's at. I'm seeing that
Hey,
with growing your own foods and everything. You just got
what you
abundance.
what you smoking, Ty?
Oh, hey, true. I was like, Exile voice got deep.
Exile came and told us. Exile came and told us you was live.
Oh, word. I just got some lemon OG.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty good. How you been? Still on vacation, True?
Nah, I'm back at the house.
You back home?
Yeah.
You where you traveled to? I was watching some of your videos.
Oh, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. My sister was there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was cool.
Uh-huh. And y'all, you
Went to
was used to the
Circus.
heat already. My sister wasn't. She said it was too hot. She came all the way from Philly.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was 110 the whole time.
Dang.
Like in the 90s at night and shit.
I thought I
Oh
was
man, that's
going
the
through something.
worst.
It's like 85 degrees here at nighttime.
But like usually you in the casinos and the hotels, so like
Mm-hmm.
it was cool though. They run that AC all day.
Hey, True. How was can I ask you a question about one of your videos you made? Your mushroom trips?
Yeah, yeah,
How was it? The last one you uploaded. Oh, your
man,
last trip.
yeah. That was a long one, bro. I'm telling you, I took the mushrooms at like what 8, 9 o'clock. I didn't go to sleep till probably like 6 in the morning. Till 6 in the morning, I was up all night, and then like the next day, even I was like buzzing that whole day,
Dancing?
like buzzing. No, buzzing.
Oh,
Like
bus.
you know how when the mushrooms first start and you
Mm-hmm.
get that buzz. It was like that, bro. I was vibrating
Wow.
all day.
Me and Exile was talking about that buzz yesterday. He was mentioning something about your DNA upgrading when you get those shivers and stuff.
Man,
You
I
never
don't
know.
know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I know that shit like had me like I was shaking at times, bro.
Mm.
Like you know how when you try to hit the blunt and your shit
Mm-hmm.
be shaking, your hand be shaking.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
like
I was
that.
shaking like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Like
And
I
you said for
had
hours
epilepsy or
afterwards?
something.
What was the
Yeah, after
mm-hmm.
like the next day, all day the next day, bro.
Did that
Like all
happen
day
during the
yesterday
trip or when it was over?
when it was over. And when it was
What?
over, 6 o'clock, because I went to sleep at like 6 o'clock. I woke
Mm-hmm.
back up at like probably like 10. I was done the whole day. I couldn't do shit, bro. I was like buzzing, like zzz, like that, like the whole day. Like I kept going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep, waking up. But I was out of it. I couldn't do shit.
Did you see a lot? Like, did it like just?
Yeah. It was like I was just telling them, like I was like when I was buzzing, I kept seeing them octopuses and shit like the next day. Like just fucking spreading out, doing all type of weird shit. But no, yeah, I seen hella shit, bro.
Wow.
But I trip off of that. I don't think I had too many mushroom trips where I didn't see anything.
Uh huh.
Like everywhere that was dark, like I was sitting right here outside, like the fence like was dark, but the fence was like a whole collage. In the darkness was like a whole collage of cities and like Mandelbrot shit, like going on and on and on, and you know what I'm saying? It was like on the gate though. On the gate. I was watching that shit for like an hour, it seemed like. It's like, yeah, you crazy. I know you crazy now. I'm like, yeah,
No,
I'm almost there.
I was looking at a meme, and it was saying what got me into psychedelics, and it was a 5-year-old looking at the Windows Media screensaver,
Yeah,
just be changing.
yeah, and it just be folding and doing all types of weird stuff. I don't get the golden cities. Why do we see these cities of gold and stuff like that?
Yeah, you keep getting the same visitor, the same spirit animal, as some people might say, the octopus.
Yeah, the octopus. But
Boy.
it's weird because you start to pay attention, man. Yo, sound influence your trips every time.
Mhm.
Sound. It could be the littlest sound. It can be your fan on. It'll influence your trip. Everything. So it's like as if every sound got a spirit in it or some shit. So
Mm.
when you listening, so every time that sound hits, like that's like, when you listen to certain musics, like you can go back and listen to certain songs and it'll take you right back to where you was on other. So it was like I was like kind of playing with it too, like, but it got to the point to where it didn't want to hear none of that shit because it was giving me the same
Your signal dipped out. You said it was giving you the same, and then it went away.
like it was giving me the same thing that I had on other trips when I was listening to certain songs. It was showing me the same visuals I would get on another trip. So it like got to the point to where I
Hmm.
don't know if I wanted to see. I guess it wanted to show me some different shit. So it like I had to take my headphones off, bro. I was just all nature, cars. I didn't know music, no music. 4 hours, about 5 hours of the trip, no music. Like just sitting there, nothing quiet, everything, just watching the hallway stretch, watching things that seem like had control of reality, creating the reality. I think that's what made me see the vibration in everything. Because everything was like a vibration at one point. It was everything was a sound. And like even my son, bro, he was a sound. And it was like I was just tripping off that shit. Like, damn, everybody is just sounds. And it's like, you know,
Sound,
that's fucking
frequency, and
weird.
vibration.
Yeah, I'm just thinking crazy, bro. Just every sound.
So when you was mentioning the
I
fan
don't.
and stuff like that, I was thinking of how I used to fall asleep to the sound of the fan, or I had to had a like when I first started tripping and stuff, I would had to have some kind of white noise going on so I can go to sleep.
Yeah,
So as if it was creating an environment for me to be comfortable in.
that's crazy because I was listening to music at the same time, but I noticed that the fan is what influenced my trip. It never was the music. It was the fan because even when I was listening to the music while I'm laying in the bed, I could hear the fan behind the music.
Uh huh.
Right.
Yep.
So it's like if I have music and listen to like damn near cussed the fan out. And I'm like going, bruh, okay, you've been getting me this whole time. Like you've been getting me this whole time. And like I
Yeah.
never realized that you was like probably the major influence. And it's crazy. Another thing is like that I noticed about shrooms. If you want to know something, if you want to learn something,
Mm-hmm.
like how you like go and you read, you know what you can't really probably really read off shrooms sometimes. But if you listen to something, bro, that should be stuck with you. Stuck. Because you when you off shrooms, you in meditative mode. You in some type of
Straight
deep ass
receptive.
meditation. Yes. Yes. To where if you play a song the next day, that song will play over and over in your head and you'll know all the words to it.
Mm-hmm. Yo, that's the power of the
And like
mushrooms, bro.
what the I was like, man, come on now. I said, but then a lot of times when I go and I try to like if I
You probably gonna have to repeat that last part
I'm
again,
saying
bro. You went away.
I don't know, I'm gonna start practicing more with that shit.
Yeah, do it, bro. That's what I was excited hearing you say that, because it reminded me when you mentioned how you was watching the show. Remember the Lock and Key show? And he was able to
Yeah.
go inside his brain with the key and throw some books in there, and then he knew the whole book.
Yeah. Yeah, he knew the whole book.
That's how
And
I
I'm
am with.
like, you know, yesterday because I'm like going, fuck, man, I didn't play songs and now I know all these songs. They stuck in my head to where like I'll be sitting here, they'll play, but the cool thing about it is they'll play in your head, and when they play in your head, the visuals will play in your head also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but it's like, you know, why not take it deeper and try to get something that's worth putting up there than just a song.
Yo, that's what I've been doing. I haven't been doing it with the like the bigger doses like you experienced, but we're just taking like 0.5s and stuff, and then trying to
Yeah.
learn about computers, or even your example, listening to music. I'll be running across new music that I'd be like, yo, the mushroom just made this pop up, even though it said it came out 4 years ago. But and then
Yeah.
I remember the whole song, just like you said, and it'd be going off in my head. And then I'd be like, all right, I guess that was a good song, like to get me through this day. Or like the words seem to, every word I hear a lot clearer and stuff like that. And sometimes
Yeah.
I'd be like, did they even have that instrument in there when I was sober? Like I didn't hear that sound before.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know, man. It's crazy, but I'm just experiment more with like the sounds and you know the things that I'm even putting in my ears when I'm on the trip
Mm-hmm.
because it influenced that shit. Like the vibrations of everything, the sound, the vibrations in the sound, like cars just driving by.
Yeah.
Like all that shit be an influence because everything is its own separate entity. Everything, not just the things we see, but actually the sounds too, because we are sound.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like everything is its own separate entity. And then when you fucking raise your vibration to where you can let all these other vibrations come in, they play these different influences. They have these different influences on it.
Yo, true. When I first moved to, here you go, Mina. When I first moved to Cali, I was trying to do the hippie thing that I thought I was supposed to do. And I didn't have a cell phone. I was listening to music here and there, but I was mostly just in my own, like trying to make my own element, like figure out what that was without like that much influence from the outside. So I was
Yeah.
experiencing doing mushrooms and moving from the city to this little town I'm in and hearing the soundscape difference. Like it was amazing. At first I was like, yo, I don't hear any cop cars. That's pretty cool. But even just hearing the
Yeah.
birds and people walking and like the simple things that I don't hear when I'm in the city, and I'm just seeing how the environment that it was creating for me, it was wild. It's amazing. I'm trying to get more
Man.
descriptive, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, wow, man.
and it allows you to really
Sounds
pierce
and
into
vibration.
stuff. Like my thoughts would start capturing to the sound of the birds or the
Yeah.
whistling of the the tree branches and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey, look, you don't remember a long time ago, like when I took the shrooms that one time and I woke up in the morning and I was listening to the birds and I used to come out, I used to be like, yeah. Because you can tell which birds is talking to which birds because I'm telling you, I was hearing all the birds and how they talk to each other and like how they spread out and like these little birds are spread out and they all foraging for food, but they all let out these certain chirps to let each one know where one is at. And then the crows come and they letting off their sounds, and then they let the little birds let off a different sound to let everybody know that the crows is there. And it's like, bro, I was paying attention to all that shit. I don't know how, but it was like I could hear it going on, and it's like, whoa, bruh. And how you more into it?
And these things, bro, that I think we always can tap into. We just had to like experience it first.
Yeah.
We had to, because I'm thinking of the documentaries and how they came out with those thoughts when they put it in the documentaries, and then it was able to spread across the world. Like when they were just zooming on the birds dancing and stuff like that. Like a regular, like a person that's just growing up, like, why are they out there? Like, why are they doing this? But they was in this, tapped into this zone of just seeing the birds talking to each other. Like, wait, it's actually something going on here.
Yeah, something going on. They communicating. They all the things we didn't think they did do. They doing that shit. Communication, telling each other certain things, but it was like I was hearing it, and then like I'm watching it too because they flying something coming in the yard and stuff. But it was just like I was on that tip for a minute. But I'm starting to learn also, man. Like like how we always say, you got to find yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the shrooms, they kind of help you find yourself. Like without somebody telling you who yourself is. Like, this is you,
Yep.
I was geeking off that too, bro. It's, it's kind of crazy because I was like, damn, for a long time, I've been listening to people tell me who I was.
Mm-hmm.
Without knowing who I am, because I'm constantly listening to everybody tell me who I was. And then every time they tell me I'm this person, the person they tell me I am got a role to play.
It comes out.
And it's like, yeah, it's like, that person, though, got a role to play. It's for that word, whether it's brother, whatever, everyone comes with a role that in a way that you're supposed to be. It's like, man, I don't know. I've been tripping off that shit, though.
I noticed that when I came back from trip, and I was like, man, I do a lot for my daughter and my girlfriend. Like, I was realizing the pressure that I put on myself willingly because I was totally away from it. And then when I was coming, and it was a good thing. It wasn't like a bad or good. It was just like a thing. Like, oh, I signed up for this. Like, and even on the other tip of people telling me who I am and stuff, it go even far as the little thoughts in the back of my head of my grandma saying, oh, you need your hair cut. Or you, or you eat this for
weird,
breakfast,
right? Because think about it though, right? Because when I go, you my friend, right, and you go, I'm your friend. There's certain aspects that we think that there has to be since we friends. Like there's no room for mistakes. Like and you kind of set yourself up for failure because you trying to be friends like what you was told friends was. Not what you felt, not what you feel it is, because you want to be a certain way, but you trying to reach the expectations of what you already was told it was. So when you was told, okay, when you be a father, you got to be a good father. You got to do this, you got to do that. And so every time you don't reach those certain goals, you fucking feel let down. You feel like you fucked up or something. Like, damn. It was, dang, my daughter's birthday passed. I wasn't able to get her nothing for her birthday. And it's like, when really a birthday ain't shit. Because you constantly, sometimes you go to the store and you just buy her toys because you at the store.
Yup. Yo, bro, I felt how reality tricked me. Well, how it played that joke on me, because I was building, and it was a good. It's a positive thing, and it's a wild thing, because it's like you said, it sets you up. Because I was saying, man, I gotta be this person because of how my dad was. Like my dad was like this. I don't want to be like him. So I want to be what a dad, what a dad is, how I see it in other people when they talk about all the best things. I got to make sure I do all the best things, all the best
The
time.
best thing. Yeah, like every time. Like every role that you play, you try to be the best of that role. Like you try to be the best dad, you try to be the best brother, the best son. You try every role, you try to be the best at it. And it's like you
It's too
really kind of
much.
setting yourself up for failure.
That's what I've been coming across. The looseness of the mind and how we agree on things. And that's why I go through the troubles in my life. Because a lot of thoughts in my mind. I talked about this the last podcast too with Exile. I said I'm running across a lot of things in my life. Can you go to the other room? I was running across a lot of things in my life that I'm running across thoughts, and I'm like, how do I incorporate this in my life? Because when I seem to bring it up or talk about it, it's like the matrix in front of me is like, well, then you say you're this or you're this, you're that, you're this. And I'm like, wait a second. And I'm like, should I keep doing these mushrooms? Like they pushing my mind, or this is me. I'm like, wait a second. Just relax, just breathe. But then I see the world changing around me as well. So I'm like, all right. I was thinking, pay attention to the crazies, because it's like, or the people that's on the out of the bounds. This what was coming to me, because like they're trying to imagine you playing a game and this new kind of character came out, or this new ability came out, but you don't know how to use it yet. So you might see people out there in the field with using these fresh ideas, and people point the finger like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. But
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, they just don't know how to use the controller yet. They don't know how to use that new ability yet. So they like, no, but that's actually something they trying to learn. They trying to learn that combination. So I'm willing to be that person nowadays.
Yeah, then you got motherfuckers that come in and they come in with codes and cheat codes and shit, and you like, what the fuck? Like ain't nobody like when we first started playing GTA, bro, we first heard about cheat codes, it was like, nigga,
I
got the game start.
I'll let you know on a piece of paper.
Hey, yeah, I had a hell of them written. I didn't hear what you said, Exile.
I said, you want to borrow my Game Shark? I got a Game Shark.
Wow, I remember those. Had all the passwords just downloaded on a flash drive kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, and then you going, dang, I didn't play. I've been playing this game. I done went through everything, bro. I only got fucking $5,000. You feel me? You got motherfuckers that got $57 billion and shit.
Yo, that's how I feel playing GTA Online. I'm broke as shit.
Yeah, you know, this nigga got 57 million. They did the code now. They just going around just giving like 500 million. Here, man, here go 500 million. You like, oh, thank you. You feel me? And then you somebody else do what they say. Hey, man, you ain't supposed to be doing that. It's like, what the fuck? What you mean I ain't supposed to be doing that, man? You gonna get in trouble. Like, no. If I ain't supposed to be doing it, how come everybody doing it? The only people not doing it is you. And probably them over there. But all these motherfuckers, they having fun. They going buying cars and big mansions and shit. Talking about, I'm about to go get me a Bugatti. You still stealing cars.
Yo,
you still snatching people out their cars and shit.
The poor game is real. That's really a mind state. Like, it's a trap. It's a way of living. Like, I can't think too highly of myself, because then that means I'm not being humble enough, and I don't deserve that much money, or I don't deserve to do this. I'm comfortable with just this amount, $100,000, knowing that this much exists. And the thing is, I like that you can be comfortable with it. It's nice to know that, all right, I grew up poor, so I can work with anything. But why stop yourself from dreaming?
Right?
Wow.
Dream big.
Yeah, dream as big as you can. Like the example I was bringing up before, true about the if you just sit there and breathe and imagine yourself playing the guitar on a stage or on an alleyway or on a street corner or something. Like, are your hands sweating? Are you playing? Do you not know what chords to play, or are you just like, all right, I'm killing it right now? Like, why would you choose to have sweaty palms? Or if you have sweaty palms, you dreaming. So just switch it to, all right, I'm killing it. Make all the light stage and stuff. We can do that with this life. Just gotta not just pay attention to what just the Bill of Rights is saying or the Constitution. You gotta, or your family member. I remember somebody saying, "Don't listen to moms; they're part of the Matrix too."
That's why in the Matrix they say don't wake them up too late because they have trouble adapting. So I want to be reinserted.
Oh yeah, like I like the steak.
I know the steak is. Yeah, I like the steak.
True Mike must have been messing up. But yo, that was let me just say this to the YouTube real quick, Exiles. That was True. Check out his channel, True Life Stories. He's still here.
Yeah, I wasn't, man. I have to go out and in and fix it. But then it's like, what I come to realize now is all these different ideologies is how, this person wanted, that person wanted, how this person think it should be. What about you though? How do you feel or how things should be in your life? Like why do it gotta be like somebody else? Or, that shit is trippy, man. That's the thing that's kind of killing me right now.
Well, we build upon each other's. We're not here by ourselves. We got our bodies from our parents, and they got theirs from their parents, and their parents, and their parents. You're an acclamation of what you ate in the last 7 years. Different inputs and outputs, and different trauma and excitement.
Yeah, but if I would have actually listened to my mom, my parents, I wouldn't even be here talking to y'all right now. I'd be somewhere in a Christian church. You feel me?
And on that same respect, if they didn't do exactly what they did, you wouldn't be here right now as well.
So true. So true.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
I know that's the double thing. That's the thing. It's like the choice in the matter. It's like we see all the choices that led to this, but there's like a point where it's like, now where we're going to lead from here. But all the encouragement. Mm-hmm.
I think I got to the point to where, like I said, I just kind of just want to just be me, bro. I don't want to hurt I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not, causing no trouble out there or nothing, but I just want to be me. I kind of like being me.
I know, it's like you gotta learn you memorizing scripts when you're not you. Like, oh yeah, I remember you gotta say this. Hey, good day. The sky is clear.
Right. Yeah, like look, whether I'm real or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm real right now.
Yeah, you exist.
Right now, I'm real for this. Yeah, for this time. I exist. I exist for this little time. And I kind of like it. I love it. Because, look at everybody I done met.
Like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it for nothing right now.
Yeah, at this point, we worked our way up to this point, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, I would not have long hair. I wouldn't be smoking. I wouldn't be doing a lot of things. I'd be still overthinking a lot of stuff. Cause that's why I said, like Exile, like you said, our parents gave us a lot to work with. Like I'm thankful. Like my grandmom and them side of the family that I know more, they gave me a lot of organization and stuff and ways to think in patterns and like focus on those patterns and remember it and stuff. But now I'm like seeing to me, I don't really care. I want to be loose as ever. Like, I just like to do whatever. But I'm glad that I have that backing to go back, like that work. Not even backing, because it's still there. It's still working with everything I do. But now I'm able to use that pattern recognition and stuff to like go out and do other things. Like if I want to go hiking and stuff like that. I'm not just going to go out and not bring no water, no food. I did not bring a lighter one time, but I'm going to make sure I'm prepared.
Hey, it's crazy because he right because like when you think about it, like my parents, they despite how everything even went, they did give me everything, the good and the bad,
Yeah.
everything. Because no matter what they did, they always tried to tell you right.
Yeah.
I just didn't listen. They tried to tell you what was right. I just didn't listen. I didn't want to hear it.
There has to be a pattern for the pattern to be broken.
Yeah, it has to be one.
And start a new one. And it's really a part of it, but it seemed like it's not a part of it. It's just that good of a puzzle.
Yeah, because I didn't even realize that till I was talking to this old dude. That I know, but he did LSD. We be having little LSD talks. But he was I was like, when I be talking to him, like, because he knows so much, and it's like, why you don't give this information to your kids? And he was like, I can't give them something they don't want.
That's life.
That's right.
You.
Yeah. Made me think about me and my parents. And it was like, oh shit, all that they was trying to give me, like, I really wasn't accepting it. Because, whether I thought it was faulty or I wanted to do my own thing or whatever, I just wasn't accepting it.
And I
Because
think
I was probably
I think that is the thing too. We had to do it in our own way.
In our own way. And then I think it was probably because it was more of the fact that I seen they on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably played a big part too, that I was like kind of, going, well, no, I can't listen to that because they on drugs.
They's like, I'm giving you my sober mind.
Yeah, even when I'm high. Even when I'm high.
Yeah, reciprocity.
I just fucking
That's how
didn't
my
pay
mom
attention because
was.
of certain dumbass reasons.
Because my mom always wanted to push me to be in like show business
love
or to be a
mushrooms.
model or to like be in something that was in TV business or something like that. Because that's what she wanted. But she was always partying and doing all this stuff. So for my life, I was like, I don't want to do none of that. I don't do parties. I don't blah, blah, blah. I stiffened up a lot. And now coming back, I'm like, oh, Mom, I see what you was talking about. But now I'm able to do it in my own way. Like not just go out there and try to be a print model or go out and move to LA and try to be an actor or something like that. I can just be comfortable like I am sitting in my room or going hiking or something and make some magic happen. I didn't even know I was going to be doing this kind of podcast kind of stuff. But still, working with what was implanted, just making it my own.
All right.
Because she was still saying, you should need to go to LA. And I'm like, that seems like a lot. But I still probably pass down there too. I'm not that far, but it's Corona, so not right now.
The good thing about the industry is that most of it is a network. So
yeah. About who
plugging
you know.
into those right channels, right?
That's why I see us all being in different places. The same kind of feeling that we have now, but I just see us being real comfortable, like in the coming times, because all that we doing now, and not even looking forward to it. Like I want it, I need it, but just like this is naturally the groundwork. Like when I be looking in stories and stuff, I'm like,
this is what's going on.
Yeah, this is going on. I was watching the hip hop yesterday on. I said the hip hop sound. The hip hop documentary, a hip hop documentary on Netflix. It was made by white people, you could tell, but they was really going in depth, and they was talking about the super producers like Timberland and Missy Elliott, the Neptunes with Pharrell and the Asian guy, I don't know his name, and then Kanye West, and how people was like, you need to just be a producer, like you can't be a producer and a rapper. And they was like, I just want to be seen as an artist. I want to just be seen as me. And they was in there doing the trenches, making beats for everybody, and you wouldn't even really know that they did it or forgot that they did it. And then now I look at them where they are now, and I'm like, wow, they was like coming up with this new sound, coming like feeling the emotions, going against the reality. Even their friends around them was like, I'm not too sure, but they was still supporting them. Like they said, Kanye West used to jump on the table and just start rapping after he showed the beat to Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z would just be like still on his phone, like, all right, when he gonna finish? And be like, all right, he gonna make the beats for all of us, and we just gonna let him do his own thing as well. But he always was like talking. I'm just seeing the relevance of being you and talking your vision out, talking and walking in it, dancing in it, because you playing it out for yourself. And then the reality that you in, how we be talking like we create reality and all this stuff. The way that it works is it all starts with you. Just putting it out there and being the wild man, being the star child, being however people want to label you. And then, but knowing who you are at the same time, be like, oh, all right, y'all say that. All right, I'm gonna use that as fuel to do this. I'm not just gonna fall into it and just be a producer. I'm gonna speak my words over this too.
Yeah.
You can call me Star-Lord. He got it, Star-Lord. He got it.
Star-Lord.
Star Prince?
Star-Lord. He was hot. But it's crazy once you start to see that you create your own path. It makes you start paying more attention to shit. To say that.
And then I'll be thinking about the people that's been paying attention for a long time, and I'm like, well, that's why they are where they are. And everybody that's always where they are always say, you could do exactly what I did. You just gotta do the work.
Right.
Yeah.
Just put in the work.
Just gotta believe. Believe. Eh?
It was a old show called The Proud Family. And I was just reminded when Sugar Mama was singing to her son, saying, you got to believe in yourself.
Well, how to teach the kids how to fly?
Yeah.
It was some pixie dust and think happy thoughts.
I think that's why a lot of people that I vibe
with.
Piano
King?
Oh, that's Piano King?
What up?
Hey.
Piano!
Yeah.
What up, though? What's happening, family?
Doing good.
Beautiful.
Talking about being yourself, no matter what.
Oh, yeah. I've been listening, man. I enjoy these sessions, man, hearing you guys talk about these things that I can truly relate to. So, I'll keep it going. I appreciate you.
Same here.
Man.
Yo, bro, I ran across something about the, wait, hold on.
Oh, sorry about that. Even though I ain't driving it.
At least you're not in it. Yeah. I was watching this movie, Piano King, with Jamie Foxx. It came out yesterday, and it was talking about
Power.
DNA.
Okay.
And unlocking the potential in your DNA and having superpowers and stuff. And I was like, we were just talking about that yesterday.
Good story.
You gotta check it out.
It's called Power, right?
Yeah, Project Power. Well, Power Project.
Power. I'm gonna check that out this weekend. It's dope, man.
And when I went to sleep, I gotta listen to it during the daytime. But I was playing the Secret Wars by Tom DeLonge. And the first chapter I clicked to randomly. I just clicked like chapter 6 randomly just to see what they was, just to like chime in at a moment. And it was at the blood rituals and stuff. I was like, we were just talking about this too. So we were just talking. I ran across the blood ritual stuff in that book about Tom DeLonge.
Secret.
Yeah.
Secret Wars oh, God's Man of
Secret
War,
Wars.
the same book.
Yeah, and that one. I was listening to a couple chapters on that. Well, paragraphs on that.
Okay, yeah, that's one of my favorite chapters when I get into that stuff. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's dope, man. So they're talking about the DNA stuff, or like the sacrifices,
Yeah, and how it was done all over the world.
all over the world, and how pyramids were showing up around the same time in different places with different rituals. So how is it people on different continents were like doing the same, like pretty much the same exact stuff? Not just with the pyramids, but with like the sacrifices and the plants and all that other stuff. It's interesting stuff, man.
And they were saying how in the book they was mentioning how a lot of people pay attention to the effects of it, like I'm doing this for a spell or blah blah blah, but they wasn't really looking into the technology behind it, and that's what he wanted to do.
Yep.
Like, what is this? Why do humans do this throughout history? Like, what is actually going on without demonizing it and just saying don't ever even like look into this stuff? That's just what the savages do.
Yo, even like the opening of the Mount ceremony in Egypt was essentially to have people ascend to the stars, ascend to another dimension that was in space. Like that was their spaceships back in the day, you know? Like they were trying to do the same thing that we're doing with Tesla and NASA, just getting to the stars, leaving this planet and or reality, however you want to explain. Like, oh my gosh, it's just so intense. There's so many things that get connected in that book, that chapter alone, actually. So that's what's up. You out here, baby? Love you. See you later. I will.
I get mad.
But yeah, man, like, freak. That's so dope, man. See what? I can't stress it enough. Take a microdose mushroom trip and listen to the book, and it's just gonna be like everything makes sense. Like the mushrooms will talk to you, and like if there's something that it disagrees with, it'll let you know. But for the most part, you're gonna be right on point with it.
No, that thing is
Like
book is
everything.
real on point. And it came out in 2016. I thought it was new.
Dude, there's a part 2 that came out after that, and then part 3 is supposed to come out this year, and I can't wait. Like ever since I've been on this channel, I've been talking enough. I've been doing enough but talking about this book, and it's essential. Like my kids are homeschooled right now, and they got to do pre-algebra and fake history. Like, but what they should be learning is stuff from this book, man. Like I just want everybody. Everybody needs to get that. I might, man. I really just might.
I do it with my daughter. I'll be saying little things here and there, because it's part of the education. Until then they go and say, man, I don't want them. I be thinking of the case. I be running across a lot of movies where the dads disappear, and then the kids go into other dimensions to go find the dad that went on this like psychedelic journey but got lost, or just went real far out. But he was real good at what he was doing. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on now, so y'all don't just wake up and find my notes in the cabinet and be like, who was daddy?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I know a movie you talk about too. That
Wrinkle in Time.
well, one of the movies. Yep, Wrinkle in Time. Perfect example of that.
And the thing is, I wrote that in my book. I was writing a novel before I was getting into the Just Todd channel and all of that stuff. And the dad had disappeared, and it was going to be this whole thing about them going under the bed and then finding as monsters under the bed, but then being cool with the monsters under the bed and going to different worlds and being guided by this spirit that didn't manifest to like the 4th time they went there because they didn't have enough they didn't have enough strength to like really see what was going on yet. It's something like that. But then when I saw Wrinkle in Time 4 years later, I said, what? But still. But now I see it in more stories too. It's another story I don't know where the dad disappeared. I'm like, it's that's some overall big like concept story. I guess that has a lot of lessons in it, and I was picking up on it. I'll be thinking about
For sure.
my dad. I'd be like, what's on my dad mind for real, for real? They always pop in and out.
Yep.
Who knows?
I just wanted to go back to the whole being yourself thing. You guys have
Mhm.
honestly helped me in that process, being comfortable in my skin. Like I can talk to psychedelics to anybody these days. My nana, a stranger, my neighbor. Like I don't care. I'm just this is what I'm into. This is what makes me happy. This is what I feel will change the world in a positive way, and I'm not gonna shy away from it, man. Like I told you, I got my Inception machine. I got. I can literally be anywhere in the world and just connect with the source, and that's what it's all about.
Thank
Really,
you.
what it's all about.
That is. It's like we're in our own anime. We guilt the characters with all these special powers going on and all these emotions. You know, regular characters in cartoons don't have that much emotional or character development.
Hey, Canopy.
What's up, man?
Hey, you know they have they got the DMTX program in Costa Rica going, where they got an intravenous machine, you know, like the dispensing, like for they use ketamine, but they're gonna put DMT in it. So they just put you in. They got the mathematical equations all set, and they're preparing to do the extended state DMT program down there. You know.
That is dope. I didn't know where it was. I heard about something like that. I thought it was going to be at Hopkins College, John Hopkins.
No,
But
brother, go on dmtx.org and look it up, bro, and you'll find like the people, and then just look them up on YouTube and follow the rabbit hole, and you'll see it all leads to the DMTX program. They're gonna attempt someone to have go under for like 5 hours, like straight up in the tunnel, past the tunnel, into the DMT space, hyperspace.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, because the intravenous, you can keep pumping it naturally with the machine. How I have it set up, I don't have the math figured out on like when it's coming down and when to pump the vape pen into the face mask again. You know, like.
Yeah,
but
there's already a guy who got the algorithm. I think his name's what was the guy? He does the alien insect. Shoot, I forgot his name. But there's a whole bunch of guys that were part of the Rick Strassman, Rick Strassman, and then they came up with the algorithm
right now.
There you go, man.
Is somebody named Daniel McQueen? Is that who?
Daniel McQueen? Yeah, he's the guy who started it in Denver, Colorado. He started mindful meditations. He was doing psychedelic therapy using just cannabis, because they were doing yoga meditations and breathing meditations, and then using cannabis. And then under the radar, they were doing peyote ceremonies, also San Pedro and DMT. And the guy wants to do. He's already just proposed the idea, and it's already been rolling forward. But they've been looking for a place to do it at, and they found a place to do it at. It's in Costa Rica, and they have groups. They have groups of psychonauts that are being trained right now. There's a guy, he's got a podcast, the DMTX Experience, or the DMT Experience podcast, and he's one of the psychonauts being trained right now to undergo. Bro, you got to look at all that, bro.
I will. I'm definitely going to.
Yeah, it says on the website they don't say everything because it's private.
Yeah, well, what you got to do is you take the webinar. You sign the webinar, and they say it costs them money, a little bit of money, to weed out the people who are not really interested. But you take the webinar, and that's like got homework to it, and then you got to write like a 500-word essay. And then if you apply for this, you got to pay for your own room and board and stuff in Costa Rica. But you go down there, and you get trained along. If you get chosen to be one of the psychonauts, then you get trained. You do group setting, group meetings where they're doing San Pedro, they're doing mushrooms, they're doing things to train the mind and train the consciousness to get ready for the DMT extended state. And man, all I've been thinking about is wanting to be one of these guys who gets to go down there and do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of funny because it's like I see Piano Key just talking about. He's like, I'm gonna rig my own. I'm making my own inception machine. Like, you're not the only one. You're not the only one with these ideas, bro.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah,
want to be real about it, man, I'd look up this program and try to like get involved somehow because I don't think it's too late. They have like 5 groups and they're already on their 4th group, and I think they're by the
you're
5th
sounding
group.
really robotic, my dude. I'm so sorry. I'm having trouble hearing you, man. How about you, Ty?
I can hear him clear.
Oh
That's probably
man.
it.
Oh, there might be me. I'm a back on to come back in. That's probably me then. I'm out. Be right back.
All right.
Okay. But yeah, as soon as he comes back, he'll hear me now. Everything clear?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on. Because it's really interesting. I want to get involved with it, and if not get involved, I need to know what happens. You know, I want to know. I want to hear from the people who get to go in for 5 hours, man. I'm sure all of us want to hear that trip story.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And I've already been so, researching the subject so much, and I'm so interested. I'm kind of getting an idea, like a foresight, like they might accidentally create some sort of time traveling machine or an interdimensional
Yes.
astral projection traveling.
That's the organic
machine.
singularity.
And that's actually crazy that you bring that up because I confirmed this maybe like a year or 2 ago when I did the okay, first off, I'm gonna go back and say I understand their technology intravenously. Right now I just got the MOI inhibitor, allegedly with, the inception machine is what I'm gonna call it for right now. But if you put those 2 together, yeah, you can make a trip last 45 minutes to an hour. You can, if you take another trip, it's another hour trip. It's not like it's gonna be 15 minutes because it's still in your system. So the inception thing, I'll find a way to report that and whatnot to you guys because it's definitely something of interest. And instead of going to Costa Rica, we can probably maybe do it here. We'll see. But Costa Rica is dope. My kid's mom was there not even a year ago, and I wish that I'd gone with her, quite honestly. So I know they have ayahuasca ceremonies there. Now, Freak, I forgot what I was about to say. Freak, what were we just talking about? Damn it.
Creating portal time machines.
Creating portals. Yes. So when I was in the float tank and I did the DMT vape pen, I realized that's what it is. It is a portal. You can use time travel on vibrations. That's why, like, one of my goals was to go back to the DMT float, to the float tank, hit the vape pen, and like listen to the vibrations of the sun. Because what I seem to have realized is you can travel anywhere that vibration has existed and has been, especially when it comes to art. So like, because I've also done it in museums, so it's like, yeah, museums is dope too. But meaning, if this painting was painted in 1750, I can travel back as far as 1750 and beyond. So like, if someone in the year 3000, this art still exists, I can still use that art as a gateway to travel upon and see this other future reality or past reality. If I'm listening to the Isley Brothers song from 1950s, I saw my grandparents, like legit saw my grandparents while in the float tank and doing DMT. But what my goal is to listen to the frequency of the sun vibrations to see just how far, like the entire, I'm gonna be able, and for a long trip, not just a short trip. I'm gonna use the MOI jump off, and for a long trip, just study the entire history of the sun, beginning to end, like from the first vibration of Big Bang or whenever it was, all the way to the end, if I can, and all my ancestors that are connected to my DNA, which is technically everybody, but maybe my information is limited because I only did my grandparents, but I feel like we're all connected, and that's what it is. That's what the DNA is, the RNA, the DNA, the star stuff that Neil deGrasse Tyson says that we're all made of. Like it's
stardust.
Yeah, like we're all related. So like I am just Ty. I am Exile. I am True Life. I am everybody in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm on. Hey, and real quick, let me drop those names. The guy's name that created the algorithm for the intravenous infusion is Dr. Andrew Gallimore.
Okay.
And he's on YouTube. He's got like books called Alien Insect something. And then the guy who's doing the DMT experience podcast has got it's not on YouTube, it's its own website, and his name is Blake C. Erickson, and he's one of the psychonauts that we're patiently awaiting to hear back and hear if he gets to do the 5-hour trip or not. And he supposedly gets to do it, but they're still working, they're still training. See? But his DMT Experience podcast, he's interviewing everybody. He's interviewed Rick Strassman, Dr. Gallimore, and a whole bunch of people. The guy who started it, Daniel McQueen, and he's getting everybody, man. So when we just like that movie, The Spirit Molecule, and then you see those little YouTube video clips of those guys talking about, like Patricio, what's his name, Dominguez, talking about their experiences, their intravenous infusions. They have their low dose and their high dose. Those were back in Rick Strassman's experiments. And then soon, we're going to hear back from the psychonauts that went through the 5-hour extended state. So that'll be a much more interesting trip reports. I can't wait to hear from those psychonauts, bro. And if one of us gets to be one of them, man, we got to report back. You got to let us all know in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Man, at that point, you should be able to tell everybody by appearing in their house.
Yeah.
The astral project and manifest and be like, yo, 5-hour DMT trip.
That's not mold, right? If in your grow tanks for mushrooms, if there's yellow in there, that's just normal. That's not necessarily mold.
Is that yellow?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I would think. I hope not. Let's just say that. I hope not. Mold.
We'll see.
Mushrooms. They gonna actually show me like yellow purple mushrooms when I type it in. Mushrooms bad. These mushrooms most small. No. Yeah, I had to look into that for you, bro.
That's cool.
All right.
No worries. I'm about to hit the road.
You was mentioning before with the senses and being able to go back in time and trace the vibration back to the sun and everything. Hey, Prince Pearl and Loud Take 9. Do it. That's what I was gonna say. Do it, because I'm
about to this weekend. Hopefully.
I'm glad you got that belief, and even that you can even take it that far, like that you can take it with your experiences. Because I was trying to look up the word while you was talking, but I can't find the word, and I tried looking it up before. But when I was practicing what I would say my magical studies, I used to it was this. As well as you got telekinesis and stuff like that, and being able to telepathy and being able to hear other people's thoughts, allegedly, like that's how you would word it, I guess. It's a thing where you can touch objects and you can sense who made it, where it came from. Like if you hold a penny or something, you can see the people that held it and stuff like that. And I was
kind of like remote viewing.
Yeah. I was practicing this because I had a bigger belief in card magic and stuff. I was like, what if I can really sense what card is next and stuff like that, or see, like, really, I was just working on all my stuff. And that was just the thing I ran across, that you can do that. And I've been practicing it, and it's been coming out in different ways without me noticing it. So I want to do that with psychedelics, or I want to do with psychedelics like how you doing, or hear your report. Tracing back the sun and tracing it to the Big Bang.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you sun gaze, when you do a microdose of DMT, like at the sunset or sunrise, you just do a little meditation with the microdose of DMT and you sun gaze, bro, you'll get some downloads,
Not only will you get downloads, if you remember, I think it was either Matrix 2 or 3, where a little girl does this thing to the sunset, where it's the most beautiful sunset ever. It has purples and greens and it's crazy. I've seen that sunset while tripping. That's all I facilitate. I try and have people do it around sunset because that's what you'll see.
Remember that movie with Nicolas Cage and he's like an angel, it's called City
of Angels. Hell yeah!
Yeah, and they only the angels can hear the sunrise music of God, the harmony.
Wow.
That's like when you're on DMT, you can hear it. Oh, Namaste.
That's so true.
Oh, I gotta see that movie. With Nicolas Cage.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
I say all the movies he be playing in, he play like the wild man, but then he wound up to be right in the end. The story is angels who wander Los Angeles area invisible to humans. As the demise of an individual approaches, he spends time near them. It becomes visible while acting as their traveling companion during their trip to the great hereafter. His discovery of the distraught heart surgeon inspires him to forego his immortality and exist on Earth with her as a feeling and mortal entity. Hey, that's what we doing right now.
And what's crazy is how they can take art and make it into something. So there's the movie, and then there's the song by Google Dolls called Iris. Oh my gosh! And then like they actually focus on the iris in her eyes in the movie, and the eyes are like the gateway to the soul. So there's so much overlap, but just the fact that were able to cram a 2-hour movie into a 4-minute song. Like if you watch the movie and then listen to the song, he says, "Okay, so listen.
I'm looking at
you can look at what
now.
I'd give up forever to touch you." He gave up his eternity to be in heaven. It's I don't know. It's not even a chick flick, man. It's a beautiful movie, dog. It's really dope. It's really dope.
I remember me coming back into reality and the thoughts coming back to my mind about things that I liked and people that I liked and loved and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm here for this. I'm here for them. Like experience what it is to have emotions and connections with these people. Or as people. 'Cause I'm always connected to them. Or as a car. Or as a computer. But yeah, I was going down the lyrics. I can't play the song, but I'm definitely gonna keep the tab open. I'm gonna listen to it and watch that movie.
He just wants you to know who I am. Like an angel. It's like an angel wanted to make his presence known and then wanting to understand our world. And it's like how I told you guys the other day where I had this trip where they listened to the song that I played and they were just like so angry because they didn't understand this concept of art that we had. It was just a story. It was just a song. But they were like, no, whoever this guy is in the song has to pay for hurting another human being. Why would you hurt a human being? It was just crazy, man. Like, it all overlaps. For sure.
Yeah, it's like that. Or what if they were seeing that song being actually played out?
That's what I need to... What I need to research is what came first, the song or the movie. Because the Waiting to Exhale song by Mary J. Blige, or she's like, I was your lover, your secretary, working every day of the week. That song was out like 10 years before the screenplay for Waiting to Exhale. Like, that was the song that Babyface wrote before he even knew about the movie. So, like, I'm curious about that Goo Goo Dolls song. When did that come into play?
Life does imitate art. It says... it says Irish is a song American Goo Goo Dolls originally written for the soundtrack of the 1998 film City of Angels. The song was later included on the band's 6th album. So they wrote it for the movie. So I don't know if they had the movie already or they just like this should be part of this should be included in the movie.
Yeah. That's a good question. That's a good point. Like I said, yeah, and that's cool. Like, even if that were the case, like, okay, hello, talented group of artists here. Here's our movie. Here's our plot. Here's
Microphone dipped out. Can't hear you yet. Besides the song's success, Iris enjoyed critical acclaim. Yeah, that's all that they got on the history. Oh, here it is. He said in a 2013 interview with Songfacts, lead singer RZEZNIK explained how he wrote the song. I was thinking about the situation of the Nicolas Cage character in the movie. This guy's completely willing to give up his own mortality just to be able to feel something very human. And I think, wow, what an amazing thing it must be to like. It must be like to love someone so much that you give up everything to be with them. That's a pretty heavy thought. So he already had the script. But no, life does imitate art in every single way. Every single way. I found myself going through a lot of songs I was listening to as a teenager. And I was like, wow, now all of those realities is playing out, them songs I was listening to. At least at some points I understood what was going on. But when I look back, I was like, oh, all right, okay. That's why they say the music you listening to is built for you. And if I could tap into it at a certain point, I can deal with that situation a lot more sooner than, like, I've been thinking situations be forced to play out, or I play them out so I can really get the picture clearer. Like, oh, you didn't get the picture. Let's make this situation happen. It's like, and then I travel back like a year. I'm like, oh, I did have this thought. If I would have just went with that thought, then I would have never did this. But I went with that thought, and it was like, all right, well, this the reality you got to be shown and existing. But the buffer and the rate that it switches over between that and this is like, it's just so fluid that my normal waking self doesn't really notice the difference. But then I'll be catching on. Yeah, this been a dope podcast, bros. Sis, humans, computers, AI, trees, rocks. I'm glad I was able to go live, and that we've been here building this team up and fam up to the point where we can actually go live and have the internet working fluently, no disconnections. Got the nice webcam going on. Well, I'm using my phone. And everything background nice. I'm just so happy that all of this is going on, because I'll make anything work. That's why we have all the other podcasts. I'll make anything work. We'll all make everything work. That's why we latching on, like we got that grind, that hustle mentality.
That's right.
Make something out of nothing. And it's easier to make something out of nothing when you can realize that you're nothing.
That's right.
Because a lot of people don't really understand that they're nothing part, so they try to build up off of, like, all going back to what True was saying, build up of what everybody is telling them who they are. Like, I gotta go off what this person is saying about me, like, even if it's like not really fully what I'm feeling, like when that kind of vibe pop up, and then they work off of that. Sign yourself up for a job you're not really enjoying, or for a lifestyle you're not really enjoying, a relationship you're not really enjoying, whether it's with a person, or with a TV, or with your phone, anything that's got a relationship with that you didn't really want it to be like that. or you just said you thought it had to be like that, and that's why you did it in the first place, and you was just playing a role like, all right, well, at least I know how to play the part. But I think we're here to really remix a lot of stuff, and that comes from I think for me it comes from the psychedelics and me growing up, like even my lifestyle growing up, not having nothing, and then having psychedelics and being taken away from everything, because that growing up not having nothing can still build up something in you that you still want to have, that you still will fight to have everything. Like the key word, fight to have everything. I ain't fighting to have everything. I'm just going to make it work. But and that came from the psychedelics and being able to dissolve into whatever the all is, or back out of the worries and this matrix and stuff like that. And be able to breathe. And finally right. take a breath and see what's going on. See what's going on from a perspective that's not even in the words and concepts of this reality, but of the beyond that make up the concepts. Like, oh, this why this concept exists. Oh, this why this kind of thing plays out. And then still, you go back and experience it just to see even more. I'm just going back and forth. Oh, those some nice chimes. Hey, Exile.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
you know those things people be building when they make pyramids and they have all the big giant like gongs, as I would call them, everywhere on the side, and the person sitting in the middle of them. You ever do one of those?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet.
No, not not yet.
I was looking. Somebody
I've seen
had
it,
them at
though.
the park last summer. I want to make one when I get a house, so I can have enough space and stuff. And if I get a house, that means I'm gonna have enough money. They're all just gonna come together.
When you get a house.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the sound technology built in today, I think is real interesting. Because I think the shape of it, I think it's going to be real particular, so it's honed into like a 432 or, the Stalgletto frequencies.
Right.
And then if you're tripping in there, and then like say you got your friend, and you be like, all right, buddy, hit this one. Ding. Like imagine where you at.
Yeah.
You literally just teleport.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm getting the picture a while. Then you're like, boom, you just go somewhere real quick. And like, all right, mix this one and this one. Hit this one a little soft. I'm gonna hit it again. Hit that one. Boom, boom, boom. Just go. You go into, remember like Avatar state where he just gonna leave his body real quick. His head just fall.
Right. Right.
Let's see if I can find some pictures of those. Pyramid. I don't even know what to type in.
You could probably get a bunch of people dancing in a circle.
Oh yeah.
And then or sitting in a circle or whatever, and then everybody's playing a different instrument or something, and then use it to, navigate.
Just like the ancients did. Or just like I did millions of years ago.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it is. And that's why I think musicians that come out with these awesome songs like Tampa and Paula, I've been getting back into hearing some of their music. I'm like, they really be in another space when they be creating their songs. But even just going into the drum circles and stuff like they did in Africa, and like we do now, we're just not really aware of it. Like people would be drunk off alcohol and stuff, and be like go in a circle, like break dancing and stuff like that. But still, that's another story. But your mind is still going to different places. Mine's still going to different places.
It's still kind of you're still kind of creating another craft.
Yeah, reality within that circle. And that's why it's like people see the person doing all this amazing like break back in things, and they like, yo, what's going on? Like he twisting up reality right up in that thing. Or somebody rapping and
spinning
they
on two fingers or on his thumb.
Yeah, like what the fuck he just did on his head? Humans don't do that. It is a magical art to a lot of the things that, a lot of the skills that people get into when it comes to dancing and music and stuff like that. More than even the artist sometimes realizes, because they so much in it until they like grow, until they like 30 years old and 40 and write their book or something. Let me reflect on my life. Oh yeah. Wow, I was feeling really inspired, and all the people around me, environment, felt like I was out of my body and something took control of me and I was just moving along with the flow. I was young back
some
then.
things you just don't see until you're able to sit back and have that 20/20 vision. You're in the moment, you're focused on certain things.
Yeah, so imagine the power when you combine the two. I'm thinking of how Beyonce be talking, cause she don't even hide it. She said it a long time ago, like the shots to fierce and stuff like that. And I remember being in the church and everybody saying, that's the devil. She lets the devil possess her so she could do all of those moves. And back then I was still wondering. I was like, what's really going on? And then it took me a long time, about some time to figure, not even figure out, just to have my own point of view on what's going on. Like, oh, that's what she called her higher self, like how I call myself Todd when I come on the show. And then it allows her to be able to get certain thoughts out and certain dance movements out and stuff like that. That probably if she called herself her regular name or something, she'll be like, well, should I be doing this? Because all the programming that we go through just on a daily basis, on a natural basis.
There's a lot of chatter.
Yeah,
There's a lot of chatter in the brain, in the environment.
Mm-hmm.
From whatever you expose yourself to.
And yeah, expose yourself too. I'll be telling my girlfriend that when we be talking about human nature and stuff, I'll be saying, well, I don't really know about human nature until I meet the person, because what I've been learning about human nature, the highest thing I can only learn is that it's programmable. That's the only thing. It's programmable. It's all based on where you are, who you are. But then that's about it. No, I kind of made that out somehow, but I can't hear you. Oh, I do have some water.
Some water. I love water.
You are water.
I am partly water.
Yeah, I'm saying like what percent of your body is? I was about to say the earth percentage, but what's the body percentage?
Probably close to how much of the earth is water.
It probably is the same. I was thinking like
I bet you the probably
or something like that. Oh, the human body is 60% water. 60% water. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
The brain and the heart is composed of 73% water. The lungs are about
That's
83%.
Like if there was a majority vote in the Senate or the Republic, they'd get it every time.
No, they'll probably mix up the numbers and lie about something.
Yeah. I sided with carbon today because carbon and nitrogen have a deal working out together to make some more hydrogen appear.
As the skin contains 64% water, muscles and kidney is 79% water, and even bones are watery at 31%. That's a lot of water. And what is the earth? And oh wait, I put water percentage water. Hold on, I must be tripping. And the earth is 71%. So that's pretty close. And 96.5% of that is all in the ocean. So water is we all know that water is very important. Water is who we are. Basically. How do I get this back? And the thing is, people can go for days. I like how psychedelics make you really aware of your body and what's going on in your body, and really improves your health. Because health, I don't know, like some people can say that everybody is healthy, is all you can eat and you can do whatever you want and stuff like that. And I think to each his own and stuff. But to me, my health's been improving since I've been dealing with psychedelics. And it's been the thoughts in my head that's been doing the change. That's been like talking and like pointing out things in my everyday life where I can like get stronger, or you can take advantage of this opportunity to get stronger. And I'm like, wow, I can, like, all right, let's do it. Let's go. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. And when it comes to like And I got to this spiel before I forget, because I was thinking of how thirsty sometimes your body gets when you on psychedelics. Like if you're on acid or something like that, it's like, oh, I need some water. And all your friends' best tips is stay hydrated. But when you not, it's some days you cannot drink water all day. I got a buddy that can go a whole day without drinking water, like to the nighttime, and play a whole disc golf tournament in the hot sun and stuff. And me and my other buddy be getting on him all the time, like, yo, you gotta drink some water and like you gotta keep up hydrated. But he really just be amped up and going at it. But imagine how much better he would be if he was drinking more water. Like he already come in like second, first place every single time. So, but. Man, the awareness is like this ultra awareness, like True was saying earlier, that it allowed you to be you without anybody else telling you. Like if somebody's telling you to do something, more than likely it's going to take some time before it settles in. At first you're gonna be like, yeah, thanks for the advice. Yeah, I'm gonna think about that, or stuff like that. But when it comes to your own experience and thoughts, just saying it. It really reprograms your DNA, your brain, the neural paths, like how whatever's going on that make you operate differently, operate in that new thought pattern, in that new thought wave. You ride in a different wave. And for me, I started Exile. I started doing yoga again. I started getting back into my vinyasa practices. I got this. Oh, it's still charging. I got this Apple Watch now, so it can track your heartbeat and your heart rate and everything. And I've been really keeping up with that. So I put it on the track, and it can track like throughout the span of your exercise. It does like every minute where your heart rate was at and how many calories you burned and all of that stuff. I still don't know that much about calories to pay attention to it, but it's there. And it got it for the bike rides. And I'll be doing like little gym exercises in the house since I can't go to the gym. Well, since I'm not going to the gym right now. And it's really getting me back into gear. Because you see, once you start trying to do a stretch that I was used to doing a couple months ago. And I was like, whoa, it's not that strong anymore. And I'll be thinking, man, where was I? Like, man, I got to get back to that. Like, let's get back to that on top of all these new thought processes I have. Like, now, where's that going to take
Limber.
me? Yeah, be real limber.
Being flexible.
In the body, and then that's like a as above, so below type of thing. So it's like, all right, my body getting more flexible. So that means my mind is being more flexible. So I can grasp and hold, like, don't you know you gotta hold the yoga position and then like breathe into it, so I could be able to hold on to those other things more that I'm trying to catch on to in my mind, and not just like, all right, I'm cramping up a bit, I'm gonna go back to what I'm used to. Like, nah, just keep on breathing into that pose, breathe into that new idea, breathe into that new way of life that I'm trying to create, or not new way, or just that way of just being me, and go just go into it. And
that's you right there. That's you right there. There you are. Hello.
Now you thought you was hiding? Yeah, it's all works out. Working out all works out. Like it's supposed to.
I like that.
It's gonna be in my new book. I'm writing down a phrase or like a picture or something every day.
It's
and then
a
after
quip.
30 days,
It's
I'm
a
gonna
quip.
put it in a book. And with more reflections
QUIP.
and everything else on it. You said PY, what was the initial?
It's a quip. QUIP.
I'm too high right now, bro. QU.
My shit's probably breaking up too. I'm sorry.
No, you
QUIP. Quip. Like it's a psalm. It's one of those philosophical things that encapsulates infinity in one sentence.
Whip. Yo, we gotta I was thinking, Exile. You still there? I was thinking with this book idea that I have, or that I've been working on, if you want to be a part of it. It's going to be
I'm interested.
It's mostly going to be like a book of poetry. And like just random stuff that we just like inspired to write or whatever. Like it can be one word, a paragraph, or even a picture. A picture, a symbol, anything like that. Like I'm gonna do it for 30 days, or just like get a good collection of it up, and then go back and review it, and then make a story out of that. Like we'll talk on it.
I'm down.
We'll talk on it. And I want to ask King Oz and True too.
Yeah, those names popped into my head. I was going to ask you if it's going to be a community collaboration.
Mm-hmm. I brought it up
For
to
sure.
True a while ago. I don't think he ever checked that message. But yeah, it's good days, bro. I think I'm gonna tie on out of here. And
Beautiful
the
day.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming through. Ooh, wait, let me get the
Thank you.
list up. Let me get the list up. Well, I remember who was there. Yeah, thank you, Exile. Thank you, Exile, as usual. And King Guys in the chat. Loud Take 9, Prince Pearl 00. Wild Man Ninja. Thanks for sharing that DMT. And Cristobal, oh, you was there. I'm gonna tie on out, Cristobal. Shout outs to True. Wild Man Ninja, thanks for sharing that DMT stuff. That DMT articles and that what people doing there in Costa Rica. Because there's a lot going over around the world, and most people only know about psychedelics from the person that's going crazy in the street.
Yeah, man, we gotta support each other.
Yeah.
We need someone to do it. It's probably gonna be us. So thank you for supporting us all, bro.
Yeah, we got this. We got this. And shouts to Keep Pounding. I see you there in the Discord. And the True Life for sharing his mushroom trip stories. And for us tying it on out, check out his YouTube channel. And shout out to all the future channels and the future channels that's going to be made, and all of y'all out there watching. And Charles McPipe. I'm about to tie on out of here. Check out the Instagram. Support the channel if y'all want through Cash App or through ideas. However you want to contribute. And check out the Just Laugh Now show. I need some memes. On Reddit, you can submit them to the subreddit so I could like first react to them when I see them, or you can put them in the Discord anyway. So a trippy memes, ones that expand life or about psychedelics or something like that. Trying to just get the laughs out there while we all sitting in the house a lot or outside or not doing what we. Just throwing some laughs out there. No excuses. We gotta laugh. Laugh is fun. So I got a lot of cool things going on. I'm gonna tie on out. Adios.